Hello students. So in this lecture we are going to discuss back propagation learning in neural network. So referring to the last video, we had seen perceptron learning rule, that is easier, but now we are going to use a differentiable learning rule like delta learning rules or activation function like sigmoid, which can be differentiated. And once we have multiple hidden layers, how that uh, the error will propagate back in order to update the weights, that we shall see in this session. So first we need to initialize the weights of the network, feed the input one sample at a time to the neural network, and compute the observed output O through the layers, means for every neuron and every layer. Coming to the output layer, we have to compute the error, that is difference between observed and actual output. It may be either single or summation over a batch. Now change the weights by working backward through the hidden layers using some learning methods, and repeat 1 to 5 until weights are stabilized. Now we are going to see this with taking one example. Let us have this diagram. This is a uh, neural network diagram with one hidden layer. This is your input layer. This is hidden layer, output layer. Input layer is termed as I, hidden layer as H, output layer as O. Try to understand the terminology. For any notation, the first capital letter represents whether it is input layer or hidden layer or output layer. Now there will be two subscript. The first subscript will tell whether it is input or output. So it may be I again, or it may be O. So it may be HI or HO. It may be OI or OO. So first subscript tells whether it is input or output, means the quantity left side of neuron or right side of the neuron. So the left side of neuron will be I and the right side of the neuron will be O at input layer. The second subscript tells about the index, like input layer we have m number of neurons. Okay, so I is equal to 1 to m. So the second subscript tells the index, like ith neuron at input layer. So the left side will be I, again I, right side will be I, O output, and ith layer. Although it is going to jth node subsequent side, so it will be J, I, O, J, where the output, no, it's fine, I only, sorry, O, I. Similarly, at hidden layer, let us consider at jth neuron. So second subscript will be J. Here J represents index 1 to n, because n number of neurons are at hidden layer. Similarly, at output layer, let us consider a generic node kth index, kth node. So the left side will be OIK and right side will be OOK. Okay. So we shall do the computations on generic node, ith node at hidden input layer, jth node at hidden layer, and kth node at output layer, and remaining all will be put in the loop so that all values will be updated. Now let us come to the next slide. Step 1, determine output at input layer. So at input layer we do not apply any kind of summation or activation function. So input will go to output directly. But at all other neuron, there will be two parts: computing the weighted sum of input and then applying the activation function, that is sigmoid function in this example. So considering the ith node at input layer, so output of ith node at input layer is equal to this equation 1. Coming to the hidden layer, compute the total input at jth node of hidden layer, total input. So ith layer, jth layer and kth layer. So the input I directly goes to IOI. So from here to here it is equation 1, step 1. Now the weight between I and j, you consider it Vij, and weight between hidden layer and output layer between jth and kth node Wjk. So the total input at this node is left, like every node having two parts, right? Computing summation and activation function. So summation will give you input and activation function will give you output. So here we shall keep it Hij. So Hij is equal to Vij multiplied by IOI, and this you make it I from 1 to m. Like this also can be written as summation of Vij into OOI. I will go from 1 to m. So this is our Hij. Now you come to computing. 1 minute. Yeah. Sorry. So first I, then we computed IOI. Here it is Vij. Here you compute Hij. Now we have to compute Hoj. Now the weight between here Wij. The left side of output layer we have to compute OIK, and the right side we have to compute OOK. Again. Okay. Now keep it in mind. Now we have to go ahead. Yeah. Okay. So now we have to compute Hoj. Hij computed here. Now Hoj. So Hoj, here inside activation function is sigmoid function. In this sigmoid function, the input is hij. Okay, hij is input to this sigmoid function f. So hoj is equal to 1 divided by 1 plus some constant into input hij. Now you come to OIK. Now computing OIK, this one again, take the weighted sum of all input. So input like HOJ multiplied by WIJ. So J will vary from 1 to n. So J will vary from 1 to n. Because n number of nodes are at hidden layer. N number of nodes are at hidden layer, and from all the hidden n number of nodes, input are coming here. So 1 dot 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 j dot 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 n. So 1 to n. The okay, at output layer we have two parts, summation and activation function. So summation, that is this one, weighted sum of all input multiplied by weight. So output of hidden layer is input for output layer. So it will be like that. Now next we have to compute output of output layer. Okay. So again, at every output we have to apply the activation function. Here it is sigmoid function. So 1 divided by 1 plus e to the power some constant OIK. Because OIK is the net input to this kth node at output layer. Now we have to compute the error terms. So at output layer, okay, just take the square sum of error. If you want to, you have 1 to p number of output node at hidden layer. So you have to take sum over all. So this is the error. Now we have to update the weights using this error terms. So update W using delta rule of learning. So the change in the weight will come from here. So we have to take the first derivative of EK with respect to WJK, because we want to update the value of WJK. So whatever the weight you want to change, you have to differentiate the total error with respect to that variable. Now you see here, in this term there is no WJK. How do you differentiate? Let us say you have a function y is equal to x square. So if you differentiate y with respect to x, you will get 2x. If you have y is equal to z square and z is equal to x. Now if you differentiate dy by dx, what did you do? So first you have to differentiate y with respect to z, then you differentiate z with respect to x. So if you differentiate y with respect to z, you will get 2z multiplied by, if you differentiate z with respect to x, you will get 1. So this is called chain rule of differentiation. So here EK contains OK and OK contains WJK. If you go back, OK contains OIK and OIK contains WJK. Means you have to go 3 steps back. Means here I, J, K. So having the OOK here, you compared with actual output and you computed EK. Now EK depends upon OIK and OIK depends upon WJK. So you have to differentiate EK with respect to OOK. OOK differentiate with respect to OIK and OIK differentiate with respect to WJK. So 1, 2, 3. 3 steps you have to go back. Like that. Differentiate EK with respect to OK, OK with IK, IK with respect to JK. So if you differentiate this one with respect to simply OOK, okay, just like if you differentiate this one, y is equal to a minus x whole square. So what will you get? 2 into a minus x and multiplied by minus 1, like this. So you will get same thing here, minus of 2. 2 will be cancelled by 1 by 2 here, summation. Or if there is only one term, one node at output layer, so summation, yeah, even summation term is there, summation will be removed. Summation will not be there, simply TOK minus OOK. So first this part from here. Now differentiate OOK with respect to OIK. So if you recall the differentiation of sigmoid function we had received, let me go back. So it is a sigmoid function, right? We have seen if y is a sigmoid function 1 divided by 1 plus e to the power minus ax, so the differentiation will be a into y, or if do not consider a, if you consider a is equal to 1, so this part will not be there, y into 1 minus y. Here y is OIK, so sorry, y is OOK. So you will get OOK into 1 minus OOK. Now you come here. Yeah. So this term OOK into 1 minus OOK, this came from here. And OIK, if you differentiate with respect to JK, you will get HOJ only. How? Go back to this equation. OIK. If you differentiate this with respect to JK, only this will be left out, remaining all will be 0, because in other terms WJK is not there. Okay, so this is the way we got this differentiation, this part. Now you use this to update the weights. Similarly, now we want to update the weight Vij here. So now here there is a HOJ, here it is HIJ, here it is IOJ. So in order to update Vij, this weight, so you have to differentiate EK, error term, with respect to OOK, OOK with respect to OIK, OIK with respect to, not WJK, OIK you differentiate with respect to HOJ, and HOJ you differentiate with respect to HIJ, and HIJ you differentiate with respect to Vij. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 terms will be in the chain rule while differentiating EK with respect to Vij. 5 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So EK with respect to OOK, OK with respect to ik with respect to hoj, hoj with respect to hij with respect to vij. So the first term will be this, second term will be this part, okay. Third will be only this part. Fourth will be the sigmoid. Whenever there is a sigmoid function, you will get like this. Okay, and fifth one, this one. So this way you will get this first derivative with respect to Vij. Now this will be used for updating the weights for Vij. And you put this in the loop, I from 1 to m, j from 1 to n, then all the weights will be updated. So this is the way we discussed back propagation learning method to train the model. Training the model is like updating the weights by feeding the inputs and collecting the errors between actual and observed output. So based upon these error terms, weights are updated. Advantages of ANN: it is able to deal with highly non-linear relationship. Okay, so having the hidden layer, non-linear relationship will be achieved. It can handle a variety of problem types. It provides better result performance compared to its statistical counterpart like Naive-Bayes classification. It handles both and categorical types of variable, numerical and categorical. But if it is categorical, we need to transform into numerical types. Disadvantages: it is like a black box solution, like how the relation final model achieved, we are not able to relate with the inputs. Like if it is linear solution, the model you can relate with input like w1 plus x1 plus w2 plus x2. So x1, x2, these are visible. But once there are one or more hidden layers, such relation we cannot get. So that looks like black box solution. Okay. Sometimes it is difficult to get optimal value for large number of network parameters. And the training may take long times for large data set. Okay. Apart from that, some additional contents are given. You please go through that. Okay. Thank you.